Going to be doing a leg stretching routine. So for improved flexibility and mobility, you can either use this as a end of workout cool down. I like to sort of do stretching at the end of my leg workouts, or you could do this as an entirely separate thing where you're working on flexibility specifically. So I like to do these actually before bed to improve flexibility and to feel more relaxed going to sleep. But whatever works for you. If you like this sort of content and want to see more, hit that like button for me. It helps support the channel and lets me know you want more of this type of content. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch together. So we're going to start with stretching the muscles in the front of the thigh. So this is going to be a stretch using a wall or post. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot against that wall, and then I'm going to try and stand up straight. I should feel that stretch across the front of my thigh. Just go to where you feel that stretch right across here. So this can actually influence all the way up into your back. The higher up you put your foot, the more of a stretch it's going to be, and the straighter you are upright, the more of a stretch it's going to be. So the more I lean back, the more I'm increasing that stretch. We're going to try and hold this for 20 to 30 seconds on each side. Now, I've been holding off on doing a workout because I actually slipped and had a pretty bad fall onto concrete. So this arm and this leg came down pretty hard. And so I'm waiting for the bruising on that to actually heal. I could show you some of that if you're interested. But so while I'm waiting for that, I'm doing some stretching to keep the mobility in my muscles so I don't tighten up. I find it's a pretty good low impact way or low effort way of getting some movement into the body where I feel better having stretched, where I don't feel stiff and tense. So putting that foot against a wall and then sitting up straight. Now or standing up straight, the more I lean back, the more of a stretch that's going to be. You feel that stretch all across the front of the thigh. So on this, it might be more flexible on one side than the other. Just go to where you feel that tension feeling, but no pain. So where you're stretching, and as we do this, it shouldn't feel any sort of stinging or burning, just a tension feeling in the muscle. We're actually readjusting the nerves to get used to that new length. And relax. So we just stretched the front, now we're going to stretch the back. Now a lot of people have tight hamstrings or feel like they have tight hamstrings. So we're going to be stretching those muscles in the back of the thigh, those hamstring muscles. So for this, you're going to put one foot out to the front, and then from here, you're going to bring your chest forward till you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Now I'm not bending forward, I'm bringing my chest straight out towards the front because that's going to stretch that top part of the hamstring because it actually attaches all the way up into your hip. So if I was to bend my hips forward, I'm losing that top stretch. I'm only stretching down here at the knee. So I'm trying to stretch that full length of hamstring by bringing my chest forward and my hips back. So I'm keeping my back straight, holding for 20 to 30 seconds. Just taking deep breaths, trying to relax into the stretch. So you're pushing back with your hips, Forward with your chest. And same thing on the other side. Now I'm tighter on this side than I am on my other. So what I'm gonna do is go to where I feel that tension but no pain. So I'm not gonna go quite as far, where actually it's pretty common to be a little bit asymmetrical. So just go to where you feel tension. Don't feel like you have to force that muscle into the same position it was on your more flexible side. And relax. So we just stretched the front and back. Now we're gonna stretch the sides. So this is actually one that a lot of the yoga people know. You have to let me know what the name of this is in yoga. I don't know all those names. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna stretch the outside of the hip right out here. So you're going to bring your foot out to the side, and then you're going to lean forward till you feel that stretch in the side of your hip, right out here. So if you can bring your chest down towards the ground till you feel that stretch in the outside of your hip, and then hold that position. So this is great for sciatic pain, because this muscle actually goes right over the top of that sciatic nerve. So stretching this out can actually help reduce that. I know for me, this was the only stretch that worked when I had sciatic pain in my leg. This actually relieved a lot of it. Now, if it ever increases that pain, don't do it, because depending on where the nerve is pinched, it can be sourced from a different spot. But for some people, this is a really effective stretch for that. They have low back pain, it actually helps reduce that. I call this one a prone figure four, because it's sort of like your leg is making a figure four shape with your body, sort of making that curve. But let me know if you've heard it called a different name. I know in yoga they have a different name for it. I think it's called pigeon pose, but don't quote me on that. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if I'm doing, if there has something different, or if it's named something different. So this side is a lot tighter for me. I can't even get my knee to the ground. So I'm just gonna hold it right here. This is where I feel that stretch in my left leg. I'm gonna try and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, I didn't realize how tight it was on this side, actually. It's amazing how quickly that tightens back up. And relax. So we just stretched the outside, now we're gonna stretch the inside of the thigh. So bring your leg out to the side. This is gonna be a side lunge stretch. So for this, I'm doing it kneeling down, bring one leg out to the side. This is the side we're gonna be stretching. So I'm gonna bring my chest down, and what I'm gonna do is try and push my hips forward. And so I really feel that stretch across the inner part of my thigh, right in here. So really trying to push forward into it. And hold that position. You should feel that deep stretch in your hip. So this goes all the way from the inner part of the knee up into the hip bones. So feeling that full length of the stretch. Used to do these all the time in martial arts, and stopped doing them as much, so I've lost some flexibility in this. So I'm working at getting that back to getting all the way down to the ground, doing that full split. So I like doing one leg at a time because it's more easy to control, especially when one side is tighter than the other. Doing one leg at a time makes it a much better stretch because you don't have to be limited by your side that actually, you don't have to be limited by the side that's less flexible. Now, for me personally, I have to be a little bit more careful on this knee because it's still pretty banged up. So I have my hand here for some extra support. You could also put a pad or a pillow underneath your knee to take some pressure off of it if it's uncomfortable in your knees. And relax. All right, so if you like this sort of content and want to see more, I host these live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time.